We always want to be marketing our book. It's a never-ending process that you need to do. But a lot of you folks out there are kind of getting hung up. You're thinking that you have to spend thousands per day to get it done. But if you've got this, $1 per day, all right? Give me about a month, maybe even longer if you could. We can get it to where we can increase your book sales. I'm going to talk more about that in today's episode, so make sure that you stay tuned. Hey, I'm Dale L. Roberts, best-selling author as well as self-publishing advocate who wants to show you how to publish books that sell. And if you want that too, of course, make sure that you subscribe and follow me over on twitch.tv/self-publish, where Mondays at 12 p.m. I have a podcast recording. And if you subscribe for free with the Amazon Prime, you can also get freebies in the process. Oh, here we go. Let's just jump right into things. The big issue when it comes to marketing your book is I see a lot of people throwing money at marketing. I hear that this type of methodology works. I hear this does good. I hear this does great. And they're just throwing money like crazy. And then they come back to me and they say, oh, that doesn't work. Well, there's a good reason. You were just throwing money at it without studying and knowing the system first. And before I give you any of these specific ideas, please understand, I don't want you to do them all. You're going to try to stick to one thing, learn it, okay? This dollar isn't going to be so much about getting a ton of book sales, but it's going to be more about investing in educating yourself on the specific processes I'm going to give you. So anyone that's watching this, don't take all 5 of these ideas I'm going to tell you and try them all at once. I want you to try one, and you're going to do it for a sustained and long-term period. Because if you try everything, folks, you're going to get nothing in return. Okay? It's a fact. There's unicorns out there that might be able to do this, to try all 5 of these methods all at once, and they get great results. But I'm going to tell each and every single one of you, one avenue, stick with it. All right, stick with it. And we're not talking, 1 month would be great as a minimum, but I'm thinking probably closer to a year. So just kind of think about the long term on this. So here we are, 5 ideas for marketing your book on $1 per day. Now, I said before this went live that some of it's going to be about $1 and some is going to kind of go a little bit beyond $1, but I'm going to try to implore you to not go beyond that if you can help it. All right, let's start it out with method number 1, all right? Let's start out with your website plus Google Ads. And here's what happens is you're going to have to invest in your website, okay? Plain and simple. Folks, getting a blogger site or a free WordPress site is only going to get you so far. You're going to have to invest in hosting. That's where they hold your website, and a domain. Now, most instances, hosting in a domain can run about $8 to $10 per month. And that's on the high end of things. If you go beyond that and you see any kind of site services that are going beyond that, then you're probably spending way too much. Now, like I said, that's $8 to $10 per month tops. We're going to focus on how do we get the traffic there. The very first thing is, if you don't want to spend any money on the Google Ads, don't do it. That's fine. You're going to want to probably post good blog posts relevant to your niche. Get it to where it's keyword friendly. Use the same type of keyword research you do over, say, on Amazon as you would over on your website, but we're going to do it through Google. And I would recommend post blog posts, maybe on a weekly basis. If you're insane, you can go for daily. I tried it once and I just burn out really fast. Go for weekly. At the latest, monthly. Right? Let's say you're impatient, you want to get things going. I would recommend that you have at least 6 to 12 posts on your specific website before you consider doing Google Ads. And then you can go into Google Ads and set it at $1 per day. Get all relevant keywords to your niche, and you're going to put it into that specific ad. Keep your cost per click pretty low. The whole thing, the whole case is to try to learn the system. Now, by the way, if you're kind of saying, well, where do I learn some of these things? Folks, I'm not going to send you to any affiliate links today. I feel and trust that you're going to be able to use the almighty Google search engine to find yourself some free courses. And Udemy actually has quite a few. You can always look into those. Either way, you can kind of figure out how to get into the whole system of that. I would recommend that if you do Google Ads, you have an email list, use your email subscribers and your site visitors to remarket and retarget your website, so you bring people back to your website time and again. Find a really good piece that's picking up good traffic and it's getting a lot of views, and drive even more traffic, because what it's going to do is it's going to boost relevancy on a given post that you have on your website. As you drive even more traffic, it's going to raise it on up, and when you stop ads, at least it has some relevancy in the Google search engine. All right, here we go. Method number 2, Facebook ads. Oh, here we go. You're going to go, what, a dollar per day? Believe it or not, I thought this was a bunch of horse manure when I heard this initially, but I did some studies and I did some research, and this was actually based on a talk about 2 to 3 years ago at Vid Summit done by a man named Dennis Yu, that's spelled Y-U. Dennis Yu actually works with a number of brands, sports teams, celebrities and such, doing Facebook ads for them. And one of the things he said is putting $1 per day, keeping your cost per click pretty low, and running video ads is sometimes the best way to go. And his recommendation was doing about 15 to 60-second video ads. And it could be something that's going to be relevant to your niche again. You want to identify the why, the how, and the what. The why, the how, and the what. Why is this important to the viewers? How can they take advantage of this? What kind of relevance does this bear to the specific viewer? There needs to be an end goal when you're putting together a video, all right? So if you're fiction authors, it needs to probably be really dialed in on fiction. If it's nonfiction, identify a problem, you're going to offer a solution, and always have a call to action of some sort. And you can be able to run about $1 per day on each one of these ads. Now, full disclosure, I'm horrible at Facebook ads. Ain't gonna lie. But I do know 2 people that are very invaluable resources, and they're actually, they were former sponsors of this channel, the Romance Publishing Academy, and they're not paying me to say this, Jacob Rothenberg as well as Sunana Singh. They both have a full video course, and part of their video course in Romance Publishing Academy, they include how to do Facebook ads, and Jacob does kind of a deep dive on how to run those things. Now, he doesn't say specifically using $1 per day, but maybe you can learn from them and implement those ideas and start to kind of grow your business. Remember, the whole idea is to invest in learning the system and then start to scale as you see more results and as you understand it better. All right, number 3, YouTube ads. Okay, you probably like, hey Dale, isn't that Google ads? Technically, yes, it is. If you've already created a Facebook ad video, might I recommend you bring it on over into YouTube. It's going to be a very similar process as it does Facebook ads. And of course, if you've done Google ads, it's literally the same. And what you can do is, again, remarket, retarget subscribers and site visitors. And by the way, you can do that on Facebook ads. I didn't mention that. The thing is, why do I push video so much, folks? It was speculated, I think, about a year or 2 years ago, that in the year 2021, 80% of online traffic is going to be derived in consuming video content. So you might as well try to get on that train. Now, if you're the type of person that doesn't like to be on camera, that's totally cool. There's so many options you can look into. I've got many videos that I've gone over. You can do explainer style videos to where it has a whiteboard on it, or maybe you have a PowerPoint presentation. Or if you're a person that likes to be on camera, go for being on camera. Or you can even look into, say, a good book trailer and driving traffic that way. Alrighty, peeling right forward, you know I was going to go ahead and give you tip number 4, Amazon ads. We talked a little bit about this in last week's live broadcast, but I think it bears merit in repeating this one. And because I actually had conversation with 2 different people here on the channel, one of them was Mystic Ray. Mystic Ray had actually brought up that they were part of a Amazon ads challenge. And I don't know with what group it was, but it asked me like, hey, this person's instructing me to do a separate set of ads at only 100 keywords versus 1,000 keywords. Do you know why? And I'm like, you may want to ask them. But I kind of got to thinking. I'm like, why would they? And it really got me, like, the gears turning, and then it made sense. Once I heard Michael Zolo, a good friend of mine, and also he's part of the DIY publishing community, he actually mentioned he'd filled all 1,000 keyword slots. And his problem was he saw some high-performing keywords in this given ad. He took those keywords, started a new ad like I normally recommend, but the problem is he's not getting any traction. There's nobody clicking on it, and when they do click on it, it's not converting like it once was. So the problem is you're getting an ad that's becoming relevant for a certain set of keywords, you're moving it on over, and you're losing some relevancy. And I totally understand that. It's like starting brand new, and you're hopefully throwing spaghetti at the wall and getting some stuff to stick. So I thought about our conversation with Mystic Ray, and it started to make sense to me why you wouldn't want to go 1,000 keywords. If you go with 1,000 keywords, you can't add anything else. But if you go for 100 or say 300 keywords, you have an additional 900 or even say 700 keywords you can add to that. So if you find, let's say, 1,000 keywords, you do 10 campaigns with 100 keywords apiece, all right? Then we go ahead and just identify those high-performing keywords. Rather than starting a brand new ad, you take those particular high-performing keywords, you increase the bid slightly, and then you build deviations and derivatives, and you can find even more information through your search terms feature in your Amazon Ads dashboard. And the search terms feature, I'm going to tell you, I'm probably going to do this one day, just an entire video about search terms. It's just mind-blowing because you can find out precisely what is getting the person to click on your ad and what's going to get them to buy. Because if you find a specific broad keyword phrase based on a keyword match and it's not inside your ads, you can take that into your specific campaign, put that in as a new keyword, put the bid that it converted at, and then watch it go. There's no need to start a new campaign. So big shout out to Mystic Ray and Michael Zolo. Again, this is theory, folks. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know why this person did this way, but keep your ad spend at $1 per day, 10 to 15 cents cost per click, and you may want to go ahead and maybe create about 10 campaigns at about 100 keywords per campaign. I would probably go closer to say 300, so that way I can take advantage of broad, exact, and phrase matches. If this is all Greek to you, remember I do have an entire video series about Amazon marketing services. There's a link in the description down below. Remember, folks, only scale proven keywords, all right? Pause the useless ones. If one's not converting and it's just eating up your budget, get rid of it. I always look at it from this standpoint. How much do I profit per sale? Let's say it's $2, okay? I'm not going to do a CPC at, say, 50 cents because that means that at 50 cents, I have a $2 profit. I need to go ahead and convert one out of every 4 clicks as a minimum. And that's a break-even point right there. So just think about that. All right, before we do go any further, I have one last point. This is a brand new share to this channel. I know you are going to be blown away. And when you do, you're going to put hashtag new to me. All right, but before we do that, I want to remind you that every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Daytime, we're here live on this channel. And next week, we're going to be going more into marketing and promoting your book. That's dalelinks.com/live. And of course, join me every Monday at twitch.tv/self-publish at 12 p.m. And when you subscribe with your Amazon Prime, you get a bunch of freebies in the process. Find out how to do that when you visit dalelinks.com/twitchprime. It's always great to have that support on the channel. So I've got a 5th one. When I mention this 5th one, I want you to do me a favor. If you've never heard of this before, put hashtag new to me inside the comments. Here we go. Number 5, story ad. Now, you're probably all going, story what? The same way I did about a couple months ago. Full disclosure, Mike Kilcullen, the head of pretty much PR over at StoryAd, had reached out to me a couple of months ago, and they gave me full access to their dashboard. They took me through a full tutorial and such like that. I'm not being compensated to say this. They gave me free access. Beyond that, I don't even have an affiliate link for you folks. I'll send you a link here when we get done talking about them. But with StoryAd, they have numerous things. They run about $35 per month. Okay, it's a little over $1. Remember I said I was going to probably inch just a little bit above $1? That's what it is. It's just barely over $1. So, at any rate, they have digital media kits, a marketing plan wizard, so they actually can put together a digital marketing plan for you, and you can do it all inside the dashboard. They have publicity contacts database, which is huge, tons of avenues you can look into. You have email integration, you have webinar integration. So if you're doing webinars, it's a great resource. And industry networking. And now you might be thinking, industry networking, how's networking going to sell books, Dale? You ever heard of the phrase, it's all about who you know? Yeah, that's not just some, silly phrase or any kind of conspiracy theory. If you start to know more people within your industry, you're going to have more chances of exposure in various avenues and become the go-to authority for whatever it is that you're publishing. So that's why I'm looking into StoryAd. I really haven't been able to play around with their dashboard, but I do know enough with some of my research. Jenna Moresi is one of my favorite YouTubers, and she actually has stood behind StoryAd. I played around with the dash just a little bit today. I've heard a couple other people play around with it as well. But if you want to take a look at it, you're going to end up going and looking at it, and I'm going to pop up this name here again so you see it. It's at dalelinks.com/storyad. That's STORIAD. Big shout out to Ramsey and Mike over at StoryAd. Again, folks, not compensated to say any of this. I always try to say full disclosure when I am. So what do you think about those 5 methodologies? Have you used any of those? Was that last resource new to you? So put #new to me. And it's fantastic, but I'm just not entirely all in on the marketing and promotion aspect of that stuff. And there's a good reason why I didn't put it into the web series. Well, there's 50 people here. I definitely appreciate it as always. As you can probably see inside the chat, there's a pinned comment at the very top. Click on that, because once I switch on over into